Alright, so this is going to be a little bit different of a video, but today I am checking out Aces and Armour, which is a game that is currently in development. Now, before I get started, this is a tech demo, so this is not a beta, this isn't like an early release or anything like that. This is simply just meant to showcase kind of what they've been working on and maybe highlight what direction they're going in and what to expect in the future. So in front of me, we have a tank. Now, I don't know a whole lot about older tanks, but this is a Panzer something. I'm sure somebody could tell me in the comments exactly what it is, but this is really the focus of the demo as of right now. So we have a little bit of a course, and then we have the tank here. Now I have played this for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, kind of just tinkering around, messing around with different stuff, and so far I can say it's a lot like if you were to take a game like IL-2 or DCS or Microsoft Flight Sim, but then make it tank combat. That's pretty much what this is. So let's start from the outside. We can see, number one, super highly detailed textures all over the tank, all sorts of different tools along here. We got some more stuff over on the side over here. I think the one thing that I really like is all the extra armor that they have thrown in here. It was not uncommon for World War II tank crews to kind of put together little armor pieces. So in this case, they're using like extra tracks that they have. But yeah, outside, very detailed. So let's go ahead and hop inside and we can check it out. So F to get in the tank. So once again, if you're familiar with something like Microsoft Flight Sim, you'll see that there's a bunch of kind of highlighted things, and we can click on these and they actually do stuff. So it could be as simple as unlocking or locking a hatch, or if we go down into the seat a little bit further, we can see, I'm assuming this is like temperatures and RPM, speed, stuff like that for the engine. I know this is Unreal Engine, so I'm sure that's why the lighting looks so good here. You can also adjust the direction that it's facing, so if somebody in the back is annoying you, you can just point it towards them and blind them. Let's see, what is this over here? See, now this is where I'm gonna struggle a little bit, is because I don't know very much about the interiors of tanks. I know a lot more about airplanes. I just remembered I can answer this question for myself. If I hold down H, it is a gyroscope. This is going to be your little information tab. If you're not really sure what something does, then you can just press H over it. So this is the instrument panel. Let's head to the back. Let's learn about some stuff in the back here. I like this one that just says hatch. Looks like we have access to, I'm assuming this is the engine. Alright, my suspicions are confirmed. As if there was any confusion. Yes, this is in fact an engine. I can definitely say the interior feels just as cramped as I imagine a tank, the inside of a tank would. Is this the gunner seat or the loader? This is probably the loader seat. And then the gunner sits there, and then the commander would sit here. So I imagine if you were playing the loader role, that you could be grabbing ammo from down here, but then there may be more ammo kind of over there or something like that. You'll have to coordinate kind of with a team to get everything in the right direction. So let's see, what can I do here? Oh, there we go. I can open that up. Limited visibility is definitely going to be a huge factor in your success as a tank crewman. Pretty cool. Wow, you can see the entire floor moves down there. What does that do? Oh, there we go. Oh, I love the lighting. I think when a game really masters lighting, it's a very satisfying look. Now, I imagine in future builds, and obviously in like a final release, whenever that is to be, I imagine these things would be, able to be bound to a key or something like that, so that way you wouldn't be just constantly looking down. Although, I don't know, maybe that's part of the whole immersion aspect. Signal hatch for sticking little flags out. Ooh, that'd be cool. Gunner intercom. Now, I know I saw earlier, I think it's in the front. Let me see if I can go back to there. Radios are currently incomplete, but that's going to be cool. I mean, imagine you'll have an intercom system that you could talk with other crewmates, but then you'll have radios where you'd actually be able to communicate with other tank crews. I'm a sucker for in-game radios. I love in-game voice chats. So now this is just speculation on my part, but I imagine one of the things is that, if you're in combat and then you start taking damage, say you get a shell that penetrates the top turret here, that anything it comes into contact with has the chance of then being destroyed, right? So you could say like the turret ring could get destroyed, or the intercom or something like that. Suddenly the driver can't hear the commander because, one of these lines gets cut. I believe this is commander seat, right? Yeah, because we can go up into the cupola here and we can get a view outside, unlock the hatch, pop it open, and we can stick our head through. So as of this demo, the gun does not currently function along with like any of the coaxial machine guns or anything like that, but they did want me to tell you that there will be another demo, hopefully sometime later this year, that will feature both the ballistics, so I imagine that means machine gun, main gun, and maybe some armor kind of stuff, as well as multi-crew. So there may be an opportunity there for hopping in with other players or something like that. So although the gun does not currently function, I can drive it around. So let's go ahead and cruise around in this thing. As of right now, it's shift and left control to go up and down on the gears. So if I do shift, I can go up on the gear, and use W to increase the throttle. So let's do shift again, go up another gear, but use A and D for the directions, and if you hold it longer, you get even more. I think that's like a braking of that stick or something like that. But then use Q and E to release the amount of pressure that's on there. So obviously with this being a tech demo, nothing is, or I guess I should say everything is subject to change, and just because it is the way it currently is now does not necessarily mean it's going to stay that way. But I like the way that it drives. I will say, although I haven't mastered it yet, it is pretty satisfying to drive around once you get it down. Let's see how fast I can get this thing going. Okay, I've made a critical error. This has probably happened to somebody before in real life. Okay, it's gone, and I can't even see it anymore. Parked it in a bike lane, of course. This will be the first and last demo they ever send me. Now, to my knowledge, the game will also feature other aspects like ground and infantry warfare. Though I don't want to make too many promises of, obviously I don't work there, so I don't know everything about what they're thinking of. But I really like the idea of like having your tank get immobilized and then being able to open up the hatches and like poke your machine gun through there or something like that while infantry is attacking you on the ground. So if you want to get more involved directly with the development, there's a couple different ways you can do that. Number one, they have a YouTube channel where they upload their devlogs pretty frequently. As well as being able to see kind of what they're working on, a little bit of behind the scenes type of stuff. If you're interested in helping out, they do have a Patreon, which I will have linked in the description. And of course they have a Discord, which will also be in the description. This is going to be your best place to connect with the devs, to ask questions, and just have a direct line of communication there. I'll also be doing a kind of longer video on my second channel. I don't know if that's going to be out right away as this video comes out, but I'll do a longer one there where I'll show a bit more of the detail. There were also a couple other creators that got their hands on the demo, so if you want to see people talk about it that probably know a lot more about tanks than I do, I'll also link some videos there. I highly encourage anybody that's watching this to reach out over there, get involved in the community, say hey, start asking questions, see what different ways you can help out, all that good stuff. And of course, I just want to say a super big thank you to everybody over at the Aces and Armour team for allowing me to be a part of the demo. I'm really excited to see where it goes, and yeah, hopefully we can see some more stuff pretty soon here.